Welcome everyone to the Better Love Movement podcast, where you will finally learn how to intentionally do dating and relationships right. My name is Anita Stoudmire, and I am a licensed professional therapist and your personal love mentor. I've worked with thousands of singles and couples, giving them the skills needed to attract and keep the amazing love they desire. It is my heart's work to help people to get the skills needed to not only become the very best versions of themselves, but to help them grow and evolve emotionally and relationally. You can absolutely have the romantic relationship of your dreams. Come and let me show you how. Hello, ladies, and welcome back to this week's episode of the Better Love Movement podcast. So we are in episode number 160, and it is entitled, It's Time to Grow Up. So this episode is going to be a short and sweet one. I'm going to get straight to the point. I'm not going to drag this out very long. This is a message that a lot of women need to hear. And women that I work with, women that follow me on Instagram, or if you're a subscriber to this channel, or if you follow me over on Facebook, we need to hear this. We need to hear this one. And I know I myself, I heard this message right after my divorce, actually. It was right after my divorce. I actually heard this message in my 20s and I ignored it. But I heard this message again right after my divorce. And that's when I got serious about, okay, it's time to grow up. It's time to grow up. It's time to act like grown women act. Grown, mature, healthy, feminine women. And so this might be a little tough to hear. This is a little bit of medicine. I'm going to give it to you with a little bit of sugar, but you need to hear it. And the reason why I say that is because so many women, younger women, even older women, and everything in between, we want to do what grown women do. We want to, do the things that grown, mature women do, but we don't want to act like grown women act. And I'm seeing more and more women, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. And heck, even if you're 20 or 25, you're still grown. You're a legal adult. And there's no time like the present to start acting like it, right? It's more than just the body of a woman. There are some women that are listening to this that you had the body of a woman at 14. There were some girls in my middle school who had the body of a woman at 14, 13, 15, they had the body of a woman, but it's the mind, it's the mindset. It's the actions. It's what you do. It's the emotional regulation. That, to me, is what makes you a grown woman. And we've got work to do. We've got work to do. There are women out here that are having kids. They're working, fabulous jobs. They're married or in relationships. But it's the mindset. It's the lack of emotional regulation that, to me, we got to work on that. And we have to get stronger. We have to get stronger. And it's not a work mule strong. See, that when I use the term strong, it is not in the stereotypical way that society would have you believe. It is mentally strong. And it is emotionally strong. And we're built for this. Women are built to be emotionally strong and mentally strong. But for some reason, we're not tapping into that. Women are undisciplined, unfocused, and they want to behave. Oh, don't get me started on the behaviors. They want to behave in a way that is completely unbecoming, completely unclassy. Yeah, I'm going to say it. It's not going to get you what you think you want. And they want to do all this in the name of, oh, I'm only young once and it's just fun. It's all good, clean fun. And, oh, you're old. You need to go somewhere and sit down. And, you're old. You're past your time. That's why you think it's so bad. That's why you think it's so crazy. No, it doesn't matter how old I am. It doesn't matter what year it is. Like, disrespecting yourself is disrespecting yourself. And someone has to say it. Someone has to be strong enough to say that regardless of what year it is, regardless of, how old the person is that's bringing you the message, you're disrespecting yourself. And there's a lack of dignity. There's a lack of self-love that goes along with certain behaviors that in my mind are just plain immature. They're just plain immature. So we have got to grow up. We've got to, the saying goes that we've got to act our age. And that has whole new meaning now because they're saying adolescence has been extended until you're 25 years old, which is crazy. That is crazy in my mind that you could blame all of your foolishness at 22, 23, 24 on, I'm not fully formed. I'm not fully, functional. And no, I'm not buying it. Like we've got to let go of that. This idea that, at 21 or 22, I'm too young to fill in the blank. You're grown. You're a legal adult in this state. 18, 21, come on. You're a legal adult. And we must do better. And here's the thing I'm going to tell you. So many, many women that I work with, that I counsel, they say, well, I didn't get this information when I was young. Apparently your parents, taught you a lot of this stuff, taught you, these skills of womanhood, taught you about femininity, taught you about hypergamy. Yes, yes, and yes. Okay. However, we are now living in a time where we have access to the most information we ever had. Y'all, can I be frank? I learned things by reading the encyclopedia. My family had a set of encyclopedias. My mother still has it in her home to this day. I could go to her house right now and pull out D, pull out, F, and read in the encyclopedia everything related to those letters. Okay? That's how I learned. The encyclopedia, reading. That's why I'm such a proponent of reading. And now it's not just reading. You can listen. Audible is my best friend. Audible is the reason why I can read 2 books a week. I am constantly growing. I am constantly bettering myself. And guess what? When you turn 18, it's your responsibility. At that point, it's your responsibility to get what you need. That's the whole reason why my channel exists. Is I'm now your mama. I'm now your auntie. I'm now here to teach you what they didn't teach you. And thank God in heaven that you can pull out something in your pocket, go to YouTube and put in Better Love Movement, go to my channel, subscribe to it, and literally 210 videos there. There are 210 videos on my channel. So I don't want to hear it. There are no excuses for you not getting new knowledge. And I don't care if you have to listen to this episode and other episodes over and over and over again. Until you get it, until you understand it, until you apply it. That's the key. I personally know women who are watching YouTube videos, who are listening to podcasts, who are reading, but guess where the disconnect is? They're not applying it. You're not doing anything that you're hearing or seeing or reading. We have to apply the new knowledge if we want to see the fruit of it in our life. So yes, you're going to listen to me. You're going to listen to thousands of other content creators out there. You're going to come over to the IG Live. You're going to come over to the YouTube Live. Yes. You're going to read the books I've written. You can work with me one-on-one, but it does nothing if you don't have understanding of the information and you don't apply the information in your life. So many women say to me, well, you're 54, you've had lots of years on the planet. You learned by trial and error. Yes, all that's true. But you know what? I practiced. I put everything that I read or heard or saw or listened to, I put it into practice. That's the difference about me. I don't just read to read. Like, I'm actually trying to be better. I'm trying to grow. And the way to do that is I have to put those things into practice. I have to do them. I have to do the things that it's saying to do. And I'm doing this with every aspect of my life, my business, my money, my family, my friends, my romantic relationships, everything. Like, I am doing this with everything because the idea is to grow and get better. But we have to grow up. I'm seeing too many women. I have a video right now going viral over on Instagram. Too many women my age trying to justify the bad behavior, trying to justify the ratchetness, trying to justify their behavior. And I'm just like, I never seen anything like this in my life. That you would be that old, you would have that many years behind you, and you be that clueless. Come on, we have to do better. We have to do better. And as I stated, there's hundreds and hundreds of comments on that video, and I just keep responding to the people who say, yes, thank you so much. Oh, you're going to get some heat for this. Thank you for calling this out. Thank you for saying it. Thousands of men saying, thank you for saying it as a woman. I was built for the heat. I was built for the smoke. So that's it. I'm a truth teller. I bring things to life. I bring things to the light so that we can look at them and we can converse about them and we can grow. That's the whole reason why I do what I do. Why I'm doing what I'm doing. Let me make this very clear because I'm getting a lot of, you're judging, you're condemning. No. I'm not your judge. I don't have any power over you or what you do. I cannot fine you. I cannot sentence you to anything. I am clearly not your judge. But what I am here to do is make commentary on what I see, give my thoughts and opinions about it. Okay? That's it. That's all I can do. But this idea, and again, it's something triggered in you. If you're thinking that me saying, why are we walking out half dressed? Why are we in a relationship with a man and we're walking out half dressed? Why does every other man get to gaze upon our half naked body and we have a man on our arm? Like, yeah, that's something that I'm going to look at, have commentary about, and ask questions so we can converse about it. But can you honor the man you're with by dressing in a way that's modest? Yes, I'm going to say that. Yes, I'm going to say, if you're single and you're posting on Instagram your wild night out with the girls and you're, again, half dressed, twerking and dancing on tables and having liquor, someone pour liquor into your mouth and taking tons of pictures with your tongue out. Like, oh, but it's all in good fun. It's all in good fun. Why are you judging? Let people do what they do. That's exactly what's going to happen because I can't do anything to stop it. I'm not judging you. I don't have power over you. I can't stop it. So clearly there's no judgment in it because judging implies that I could actually hand down a sentence. I could hand down a fine, and I can't do any of that. But what's upsetting you is that I have observed the behavior and I have a commentary about it that you don't like. Like, that's what's really happening. Can we be honest? That's what's really happening. Oh, I feel it pricked me. It pricked me. That's all that happened. And again, this is what is blowing my mind. If you feel like this behavior is all right, if you feel like I have every right to do this behavior is great, it's all right, why the heat? Why are you bringing the heat? Why are you even responding? That's what's blowing my mind. Why are you responding to my commentary? Why are you responding to my thoughts or my judgment? Because you think it's fine. But the truth is, it pricked you. It somehow said, you sure you want to do that? You sure this is a good idea? You sure you want to post that video? Because guess what? When you post things like that publicly, you're opening yourself up to public scrutiny. Okay, do I need to say that again? When you post things like that publicly, you are opening yourself up to public commentary, public scrutiny. Okay? So, yeah, I'm going to play auntie. I'm going to play mama to some 20-year-olds because I got some. And I'm going to play auntie to some 30 and 40-year-olds? Yeah, that's right. Because I believe somebody should. I believe that, last I checked, the world that I want to live in is a community. And we do watch out for each other. We teach each other. We guide each other. That's the world I want to live in. That's the world I believe I live in. That's why I do what I do. I live in a world where people care. People actually love one another and they care and they speak to each other in love. And I give y'all this information in love because, I don't hate anybody. And honestly, I don't have anything to gain from you staying the way you are. So, okay, you could stay the same. I want you to be better. I want you to have better. I want you to have everything you want in this life. And so if I could help you to get it, if I could put you on the path to getting everything you want in this life, that's what my channel is all about. That's what my platform is all about. I want you to say, wow, I listened to this woman's insights and information. I applied it and I got amazing results. Oh, that makes me feel amazing. That makes me feel amazing. I feel so proud that if just one person does that, that's it. That's why I exist. I really believe that. If just one person makes changes, if just one person grows, right? So ladies, it is time to grow up. We're doing a lot of grown-up things. We're starting businesses. We're owning homes. We're working fabulous jobs. We're getting married. We're having children. We're doing wonderful grown-up things, but we have to act like it. And guess what? It comes with a level of responsibility. And this is what makes me so sad. I'm just going to go off topic a little bit here. This is what makes me so sad about the music industry right now, is that it's just abhorrent. It is absolutely abhorrent. I don't watch the shows, the Grammys, the BET, the award shows. I don't watch them anymore because it's like ludicrous. It is absolutely ridiculous what's happened to the music industry, what's happened, in entertainment, period. It's just, I just can't. It has absolutely zero value in my life right now. And when people were sending me pictures of what these entertainers, what these singers were wearing on the red carpet, it grieves my soul. It truly grieves my soul. I understand how God feels. I really do. It grieved my soul to see what's happened to us. And this is where we are. And to the folks out there that are like, well, don't judge me. Like, really? So anything goes? This is the world you want to live in? That anything goes. A person should be able to do anything they want. And we should just leave them alone. We shouldn't say anything about it. This is the world you want to live in? You sure? That's not the world that I want to live in. I'm just going to keep it 100. That's not the world that I want to live in. I want some rules. I want some guidelines. I want to know that there is a right way, an ethical way, a moral way to live. That's the world I want to live in. Because, we've gone off on a ditch. We have completely gone off on a ditch. It's just anything goes. But that's not the world that I want to live in. And you all know that I, as a person of faith, I have a blueprint. I have a guidebook for living. And I do my best. I do my imperfect best to live by that book and to live by God's standard and to live by, what I know, what God's Holy Spirit puts in me and downloads in me how I'm supposed to live. I do my best. And I thank God every day for other people like me that are trying to do that. We're trying to live right. We're trying to do our best. But we have got to grow up. We have to grow up. I'm seeing some stuff that, and honestly, I don't blame it on my age. I blame it on the fact that, like I said, I believe I'm a pure-hearted, pure-spirited person. I'm a good person who tries to live right, tries to do my best. But we have got to do better. We have got to do better, you all. and we have to grow up. We have to do the work. We have to put the work into practice, because even some of the clients that I'm seeing, they're coming week after week, and they're having some aha moments. They're recognizing some things about themselves, and there's still some lack of application. I'm seeing some lack of application, especially if we've been working together for a long time. As I like to say, I've made a lot of bad mistakes in my life, but many of those mistakes I've only made once. And when I see a person making the same mistake over and over and over, they're not applying what they're learning, because I'm giving it to you. And I tell all my clients that I'm giving it to you. I'm not tiptoeing around. I'm not, vague. That's not in my spirit. I don't have the spirit of vagueness. I don't have the spirit of, I don't have that spirit. I'm being very direct, and you've got to apply it if you want to see some real change, if you want to see some growth in your life. But we have to grow up. My sweet, beautiful ladies, I want you all to have the life that you want. And here's a wonderful assignment. I just recently am doing this assignment again. It's taken me days and weeks to finish. But I sat down and I just wrote out the ideal life, right? I just sat down and wrote out what my ideal life would be like, look like, what I would have, what I would be doing, who would be there with me, what those relationships would be like, what my money would be like, and everything. Like, I just sat down and I just wrote in first person what my life would be like, what the ideal life for me would be like. And number one, it felt so good to do that. It felt good to just visualize and dream and just go there, right? And I just took the reins off of my mind. If money were no object, if I could, have the man of my dreams, the life of my everything, I just took the reins off my mind. And I just wrote. And it helps. It's like a guidepost, right? It's like a beacon that I'm moving towards. And I need to make sure that the decisions that I'm making, the choices that I'm making, are actually getting me closer to what it is I say I want. That's it. It's not hard. People often tell me in counseling sessions, in coaching sessions, wow, you make it seem so easy. Because a lot of times it is. Write out the life that you want. Write out what you want to be, do, and have. Who's there with you? Everything about your life, and make choices that's leading you to that. That's it. It's not that hard. So we have got to grow up. We have to mature as women. And we're half of the relationship problems that we're having. Women are half of the problem. And I want us to stay on our side of the street, focus on ourselves. I'm going to go on IG Live after this episode and talk about a scenario that I saw on YouTube. We have to stay on our side of the street. We have our part in this that we need to do. Stop focusing on the men. Stop focusing on, they're not masculine and they're not doing this and they do this and they do that. Stop focusing on them. Focus on yourself and what you need to do and not do. And watch this whole thing get turned around. I was telling my mother this on Sunday at Sunday dinner. I said, I can't remember who it was that said this, but it said that society is only as good as the women in it. And I know women have had a huge fall from grace because our society is in a ditch. When the women are just out here just doing any kind of thing, dressing any kind of way, saying any kind of, it blows my mind because honestly, you all, I do believe we are the fairer sex. I do believe like we are honorable. A man is only going to be as good as his woman, as the standard that his woman sets. And we have to set the standard. As women, we have to set the standard. Stop falling for this feminist rhetoric. Stop falling for this woke rhetoric. That woke crap is leading us in a ditch. Okay? You need to stop that. This idea that everything and anything goes. We have to let go of that. That is going to lead us straight to hell. Okay? We have to set a standard, and we have to keep that standard, especially as women. A man is only going to do what you let him. So set that standard for yourself. Get strong enough inside of you mentally and emotionally to hold that standard. Get strong enough to remain disciplined and to remain focused on what you want, the thing that you will allow and accept. Focus on that. Anything that's not that, I don't have time for it. That's what I want to see happen. That's my message to women today and in this world. But we have been duped by this feminist agenda. They have pulled the wool over your eyes. They got you doing double and triple duty and want you to think that it's so great. It's not. It's not. Got you aging at a rate 2, 3, 4 times your grandmother and your mother. And got you using all this stuff and see, oh, of course your glow is gone. Of course you're aging rapidly. Because guess what? We have 1,000 products. We have 1,000 things that you can buy to make you look younger. We got the lashes. We got the hair. We got the injections. We got the Botox. We got the lips. We got all of that for you. If going out here and breaking and working like a mule and breaking your back is aging you rapidly, oh, we got something for that. 83% of all marketing and advertising is driven towards women. And y'all don't think that's odd? So we got to do better. We got to grow up. We got to become better. We have to become better as women. And I want other women to join me in this. Be better. Be the very best version of yourself. And the best version of yourself is amazing. It's amazing. Every single woman on the planet is full of potential and has the ability to turn all of this foolishness around. We really do. And you start, putting marriage back on a pedestal, making your body and your sex expensive again. Like you start disciplining yourself. You start falling into your femininity, and it's basically it hasn't gone anywhere. You just need to rediscover it. You are feminine. You just need to embrace it. You need to rediscover it. You need to know the value of it. Stop letting these people out here in the world tell you that is your weakness, not your strength. That's your weakness. Your vulnerability is your strength. Don't ever forget that. Your femininity is your strength. You have the power to get whatever you want. And guess what? You don't even have to work like a mule to get it. To me, that's strength. So we got to grow. We got to do better. I'm here for it. If you need assistance with it, I want you to contact me on Instagram, message me on Facebook, contact me on YouTube. Send me an email at info@betterlovemovement.com. We can work together. And guess what? If you can't afford to work with me, I totally understand. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to head over to YouTube where you're listening to this right now. And I want you to go through all 210 videos for free. That's what I want you to do. You have questions about any of them? Email it to me. Message me in the comments. I answer all of my messages. I answer all of my emails. See? That's it. Free information. I'm here for it. I'm here to support you. I'm here to love on you. I'm here to build you up. I'm here to teach. I'm here to guide. I'm here to listen. But we need to do better. We have to grow up so that we can have a life that we really enjoy. We can have a life that we love, but we create that life. No one's coming to give it to you. No one's coming to save you. We create that life. And it starts with your standards. Thank you so much, ladies, for listening this week. And as always, stay open to love. Thank you so much for listening to this week's episode of the Better Love Movement podcast. If you are not subscribed to the podcast, please do so now so that you can be alerted every Monday when a new episode comes out. Please rate and review this podcast
as your ratings help me to grow the podcast and offer more free content to you. If you are watching this episode on YouTube, please do me a huge favor and subscribe to the channel. Give this video a thumbs up and share it if it brought you value. If you have a question that you would like to have answered on the show, please send it to me at info@betterlovemovement.com. You can also reach me on my website, www.betterlovemovement.com, to get more information on love mentoring and other services offered. Thank you so much for listening, and as always, stay open to love.